Okay.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
So one of the first things I notice is, listen, you have to be in a spot where you could see your team, right? And you see the bubble thing. You should prioritize this to be first. Always have one around your team, and you got to try to kick it into overcharge, which I'm sure you know how to do that. When you hit it, it goes into overcharge. When you're playing healer, you have to see as many of your teammates as possible, right? When you're standing here, you can't see your teammate, and you're not a tank, right? So you should not be over there. And notice how you take unnecessary damage, you put yourself in harm's way, and look what happens next, right? That's because you left yourself in low HP and you put yourself in a bad spot. You should always stand behind your team as a healer. So again, look, your first instinct is to go here. What you should be going is here and putting a bubble on your team, giving them that constant health. First bubble should always go on your team. Second bubble, you could throw it at their team, but you're always throwing it at them first, and you blind them right away. Blinding them is not that, it's a waste of the bubble. You should blind them, but it's good to put it in overcharge first, and also, you know, blinding is better when the enemy team is close to you. If they're far away, it doesn't really do much. You're just throwing away your resources, and you're not getting much value out of your resources. And notice again, right? You're not even really healing your team, and you're not looking at them. You're not. You're just like playing like a second tank, even though you're not a tank. This is better. See, this is a good spot, but always try to be behind everyone. Be behind him too. Your tanks will play better if they have faith that you have your eyes on them. If you're if you don't give your tanks constant healing, they're gonna play really passively because they're gonna realize that they're not looked at. Look, bubble yourself, see, and listen. Position yourself where you can shoot through this thing. Make it like if you stood here, let's say, right? Positioning is the most important thing in healer. Where you're standing is everything. Where are you standing now? What's the most efficient spot to stand? A more efficient spot would be um, you could stand right here, and when you shoot the Thor, let's say, or shoot your teammate to heal them, you shoot through this and you put it into overcharge. And it goes to them and it heals them, but you're also putting it into overcharge at the same time. That way you're not wasting time just shooting this thing. You want to shoot through it, right? And you could kill him easily if you use the ability that speeds up her fire rate. Now let's see how your Deadpool dies, and let's see if it was preventable. Let's see if it was his fault or yours. See, look, he should not be dying back here. He's playing a little too far back, but I'm telling you that if you were healing him, he would get more confidence. But because you're not looking at him, he's also way too far back. So it's actually his fault. But if you stand kind of behind him and kind of heal him, it'll kind of encourage him to move forward. But it's kind of mostly his fault. But now the whole team's gonna collapse. Well, we'll see. Maybe that was good. So you want to position yourself where it's safe and where you can see your teammates. Is this safe? Not really. Look, so it's good to stand next to something where you can go in and out of it. Okay, I'm safe. If I get a lot of damage, I go back in. This is good bubble here, right? But listen, see the bubble? Remember, no, that was... So listen, what you want to do, listen, you stand back here and you should be healing him more because he needs health. He's trying to protect you from the Iron Fist, but you're not really keeping him alive, so he's not going to be, you know, confident in trying to protect you. If you stood here, you would get the same value. You just heal him, and you can see everyone, and you can shoot this bubble and put it into overcharge. You can literally heal him, and it'll go through him, and it'll put this into overcharge. So you get a lot of value, right? So time and efficiency is very important. Over here, what's your value, right? You have a teammate who's low. If your duelist teammate is low, then they can't be as adventurous. So you're actually wasting potential efficiency, right? And now you're standing in the front line as a tank. You're not healing him. When in reality, he's more powerful than you. You'd be getting more value if you just kept him out going, rather you're trying to play the duelist. And you blew away your bubble. Once you put it into overcharge, blowing it away it blinds people, but there's no one to blind. So it's better to just leave it in overcharge and let it just run. It's good to follow your tank. That's good. And this is fine to play aggressively here because there's a support ult, so you don't have to worry about all the other stuff I said in this moment. Now we back up, right? Good, that's smart, right? Never walk into that. But you see, you're blowing your bubbles too fast. Just let them hang out. You're blinding them, but listen, there's a cloak and dagger ult over here, so you're not gonna blind them and kill them. They're not gonna die anyways. So just build ult charge. You know, keep your bubble going. It'll damage. It'll heal. You know what I mean? But see, your Namor is trying to take care of the Iron Fist. And when you have your ult, usually just use it. But yeah, see, you're snapping your balloons so quick. Don't ever snap them unless... Only snap them if you really think, okay, there's like a lot of people here, I could get them blind, we could get a kill. You know what I mean? Use it when you have an intention. There's an intentional aggression behind it. This one, you're just throwing it away. Or I don't know if you're snapping it. Maybe I'm wrong about how you're using it. Are you taking back the bubble? I don't play her that much. Okay, let's see the bubble snap. Whatever. Anyways, see, this is another situation where you could have prevented death. First of all, remember, bubble yourself, right? It's just you're losing health. If your health is low as a healer, your first urgency is how do I get it back up? With Jubilee, you bubble yourself. Never hang out with low HP, because everyone wants to kill you. And your position is very exposed, right? Everyone can kill you.
Can't keep a vampire XP down. Feeling way better already.
Okay, here we go. Remember, you got 2 bubbles. Use one for your team. See, I don't think you're snapping the bubble. Do not snap the bubble instantly like that. It's a complete waste of a bubble. It's just, these bubbles are very valuable resources. You have to think of it that way. Everything you waste is wasting time. You have to, like, throw it one on your team, let them have, you know... Your main focus is get a bubble on your team, put it into overdrive, and then maybe the second bubble, throw it on them and maybe use and attack them. You should shoot... If you shoot them while there's a bubble, not this bubble, right? Your bubble, it will go into overcharge because when you shoot them, it overcharges the bubble. So you want to, like, you know, think of it as a priority. First, bubble my team, overcharge. Second, bubble them, overcharge. And then you can pop, if you feel like you can get a kill there. Popping on a tank is not that valuable unless his HP is low. If he has full HP and you're popping the bubble on him, it's just not going to do much value. But this team is so isolated. You know, they're very isolated. You could win this fight. And you know, for the ultimate, when you have Jubilee's ult, it's good to just... I mean, if you have Magneto, he'll just kill you. But you should usually use it right away. Like, as soon as you get the Jubilee ult, just use it. Use it and go up, you know, try to... Remember, you bubble yourself, put it into overcharge, and then use your ultimate. That way you won't die in the ultimate. And then you can bubble them and use the, you know, overcharge. But that's, you know, once you ult, you should always be thinking, how can I get a kill? Don't worry about your team too much. It's aggressive ult, right? When you use this one, what you pressed right now, where you have a faster shooting, what you want to do is, when you bubble yourself, put it into overdrive, then you ultimate. And then you start using the fast shooting, and you'll get kills easily with headshots. So just use it aggressively to ultimate. Like right now, just ult. Yeah. Remember, you gotta bubble yourself. See how you got a kill? That was good. It's good to bubble yourself because you are vulnerable in this game. This goal, you die a lot. That's fine to use your stuff aggressively. Remember, put it into overcharge. You know, just try to focus on that. Yeah, you gotta have it on. Usually, it's good to have your bubble ready. See, like how you just snapped it? That's just wasting it. You're just doing absolutely nothing. You just wasted valuable cooldowns and resources. That's good. See, that's a good bubble location because it heals your tank and it damages the enemy tanks. So that's a good spot. You don't always have to put it on yourself, but it's kind of like just put it, you know, somewhere where you're healing teammates. It's good to put it on your tanks. That's very good, right? If you feel like your team and you are taking a lot of damage, you can put it on yourself. But yeah, generally put it on your tank. You can kind of step close to it, and then you put it into overdrive, and it heals your tank permanently, and it damages them. But see, you're overstepping your team too much, right? Look at Magneto. He needs healing. If you were over here, you could still heal the whole team from here with your bubble, with everything, right? But you're overstepping. You're just vulnerable here. Not to brag or anything, but if I was this Magneto, I would just use my Scarlet Witch team up and just kill both of you easily because you're in a bad spot. But these players are not taking advantage.
30 seconds.
Usually don't snap your bubbles too often. It's good to keep them running. Only snap them if you think you can get a kill. That was good. So the positioning, right? When I'm positioning, I'm always thinking, what's the best spot? It's like a computer. Think of yourself as a chat GPT. What's the best spot I could stand to maximize efficiency and healing, right? Where can I stand? Right here is good, right? I could heal him and him, all of them at the same time. I can heal my healer. See, one of the things that people often do, oh, I have to turn all the way around to heal Moon Knight. You don't really have to. You just got to stand behind them. That way you can see everyone. Try to see as many of your teammates as possible. See how you have 4 of them in your field of view? See, that's not good. Now you're overstepping. You want to see 4 health bars, or at least, you know, 3 or 4. If you see 3 or 4, think of it this way to make it simple. If you can see 3 or 4 health bars, then you're in a good spot. If you only see 2, then that's not good. The only time you should ignore that rule is if you're going for a kill or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's situations, but it doesn't mean always. But see, look, how many health bars can I see? And you just wasted that. You know, well, your team kind of screwed up. You should usually bubble yourself. You're playing a little too dangerously. And it works out. But don't snap your bubbles. Just save them. Let them run. Let them overcharge. Overcharge your bubbles. That's the key. Kind of like as a simple way to focus. Put it on your team / shelf. You know, somewhere like it would be nice to have it on your tanks. Maybe not in this moment because there's no fight happening. But it's good to wait till the team fight starts. But see, look, you're overstepping your team. You only see 2 health. Remember the rule. I only see 2 health bars. Go see more. Go stand here. You'll see. Sometimes it's not your fault, but you can keep an eye on him. But now, if I'm playing support, right, I can keep this guy alive because I can see everyone. What does that do for him? He ends up having a better game because he can keep getting healed. He's getting saved like an angel, saving him. Now he can play more confident. You overstepped everyone. Now you can only see one person. And don't use the bubbles too aggressively like that. You're just throwing it.
Perfect precision.
Yeah, bubble yourself. You know, bubble your team. See how you don't have any. Well, you have one. But you're not using it. That's not a. See, you didn't put it. You have to let it go into overcharge. If it goes into overcharge, it becomes more powerful. See, you snapped it before it went overcharge. You should just ult here and just try to get a kill. But don't worry about saving ults. Saving ults is not good usually. People think, oh, you gotta save it for Armageddon, and then you die, right? That's what everyone says. Oh, save it, and then you just die. Just if you think you can get a kill with your ult, just go for it. Usually, doesn't mean you use it if it. Usually, you want to look at how many people are in the fight. If it's 6v6, and the fight is in a very medium situation where nothing is, you know. So when you ult, usually one of the most important thing is how many people are in the fight. If your team has 6 and they have 3, don't ult because they only have 3, so they're gonna lose anyways. If it's 6v5, you can ult. If they have 6 and you have 3, don't ult because then, you know what I mean? Like if you have 4 people and they have 6, usually it's bad to ult because you're gonna lose that fight anyways. You know what I mean? But if you think you can, if it's like a desperate situation or it's the last minute or whatever, yeah, you can do it. But generally speaking, numbers are very important. You gotta look at how many people are left in the fight. But if it's a 6v6 like right now, it's a regular fight, you could have saved him, right? If you just ult here, just... Well, I don't... Actually, you don't have to ult right now. I don't know why I thought you had. I think they canceled it, right? Yeah, they should be bubbling their team right here. Yeah, that's a good bubble. Let it run. Overcharge it. So you're not overcharged. See how you can see everyone? And it's like making your team push up. That's very powerful. So bubble your team. Just ult here, I would say. Oh, no, don't ult here. See, because notice your team is winning the fight. You don't really need to ult if your team is like pushing strongly. Usually the times to ult is, oh, does someone need a save? Can I save someone's life here if I ult? You know what I mean? Can I stall for time? Think of your ult as like 10 second, you know, free time or like ability to get a kill. It's a good ult, basically. Countering is a very simple way to use it efficiently, right? You wait for when they ult and then you do it. But you have bubbles, right? But you're not using them. That was good. You know, that's actually... Okay. See how you gotta put it into overcharge. You're just throwing the bubbles away. That's not a bad bubble spot, but don't get rid of it. You have to put it into overcharge. Now you bubble here, right? You can bubble your whole team, and it heals them. And you put it into overcharge. Now it's in overcharge. It's doing extra damage, extra healing, right? That's the maximum efficiency you're gonna get out of this character. The God of Thunder! See, you wasted it again. Okay, we'll go. I think you got the idea of the character. I'll try to play something else. Right? See, I think you end up playing invisible. Or not. Okay, let's see if I can find a different character. Find the one where you lost. Okay, we'll try this one.
You have to stop them from
that's you.
securing the mission area.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay. So this character is a little different. So you're standing in a good spot when it comes to looking at your team. That's important. Here's another trick. Remember, your attacks go through them. So make sure when you heal, try to heal people and think about, okay, if I heal him, I want it to go through them and hit these guys. So you want to do damage healing with the same shot. It's very important about how playing this game. That was good. See, you're just step behind. Good. See how, I mean, with this character, it seems more like you understand these things. You're standing behind your team. Remember, you gotta do damage and heal at the same time. Where if you reposition to over here, you would be able to hit both, right?
That put a spring in my step?
It's all about where you step. Repositioning your step, your spot is very important. So here we go. See, this is awkward, right? You never really want to take your eyes off your tank. Instead of churning, just back up. If you back up, you don't have to turn around. Like, whenever you turn around, you take your eyes off your tank, then he dies. Not all the time, but it happens often. So in this situation, you never want to let them turn your eyes too much. Just stand here. You know, stand at an angle where you could see Iron Man, even when he's flying. He's standing somewhere decent. This is better. See how you can see your whole team? And you're keeping everyone alive. Now you have the... Oh, you don't have the ult. So you gotta build it fast. In these desperate situations, just throw out your abilities. Just try to desperately, quickly build your ult. It's okay, you can't do anything about that. You never want to use that. Just save it. But it's fun. But yeah, if you stood like here, you could do damage and heal at the same time. Like it'll go through them. You know what I mean? It's pretty important part of this character. She's very strong at damage, actually, if you're using it in the right spots. But you don't want to put your... Remember, you have your own shield, so you can play a little more aggressively than other characters, right? Because you can kind of shield heal yourself, even and play a little stand on the front line and heal yourself. This is an easier match, right? It looks like they're not gonna... Well, I think you do lose it. Let's go to when they start getting kills on you guys. See how you can see all the health bars? That's very important. Like, you can see everyone. And that's why you're able to keep everyone alive. That's why your team is doing good. See how you can see everyone? Very important. See how you're keeping everyone alive? This is good. This other team against you is not doing enough. So it doesn't... Like, you don't have to do damage, really. Remember, your damage, you know, your healing goes through them. So you can heal with your damage. You can damage when it goes through when the healing goes through. In this situation, just get the hell out of there. Stand over here. Don't challenge. See, that's how you survive. When your health is low, always heal yourself. Very important. And you can use your ult here, actually. That's a good ult. But little, you know, so it came out 1 second earlier, but it's fine. Usually don't go in the ult. You know what you should do? Just ult and then just turn invisible. And step all the way back. When you go in the ult, they all just beat you up.
Perfect precision.
You only have one thing.
Feeling fantastic. Sniper! Sniper!
I'm doing this my way.
Good. Okay, that's good. Oh, no, yeah, that's really good. It's probably not... Oh no, he killed him. See, that's good awareness to keep him alive. when you get close to people, it's easier to heal them, right? So if you desperately need to keep someone alive, just step up right next to them. But as long as you don't put yourself in danger. But see how you're positioning, what I was talking about? Just notice how you could see all 4 of them. That's why your team is all healed up. Because you can see all of them. So no one's dying. This is not really your fault. Your team is just kind of struggling. Yeah, you can ult there. See how you stepped out of it? That actually is good. Usually you want to step out of it and turn invisible if you have to. That was good though. It's fine, that's not your fault. Alright, let's see offense.
Seconds left.
Remember, you could be doing damage with your healing. Right, you see them all grouped up. If you stood somewhere else at a different angle, you can make it go through your tank and hit them. See, that was good. It's a very powerful character, actually, if you get used to the part of the damage healing. That was fine, that's not really your fault. When you have your ult, you can put it on the objective. Remember, it's difference, right? You're playing offense now. When you're playing defense, you could be a little more saving your ult mentality. But when you're playing offense, it's good to just throw it out there. Who cares? Don't worry about saving it for the perfect time. You're trying to capture the objective. You can put your ult here and just step away and let your team walk into it. That's what. See, like, you can actually use it here. Just put it in, and your team will walk into it, right, to help capture. See, he would have survived, right? So when you're on offense, see, you saved it for a defensive ult. Don't think about it defensively when you're on offense. Think of it as a way to get advantage, a situational advantage, and to trap people. But the positioning is better for this character for sure. But you could be doing damage with your healing, right? So remember, if your team's not getting enough kills, do what I call the damage healing, right? Where you stand, you know, if you were standing here and healing him, and, you know, keeping yourself safe, you do have a self shield, you could heal him and it'll hit Emma, or it'll hit him, and it bounces. She's like a Moon Knight, actually. Her damage bounces. So think about that. How can I get more damage with my healing? That's like the efficiency that I was talking about. See how you're just healing? It's like now that works if your team's actually getting kills, and it can work. But see how now you're doing damage and healing. This is better. This is giving you more value per you know, per attack or whatever you want to call it. I think that guy gave up. See how you're in the ult? That's usually dangerous. It's good to just be invisible and hang out outside of it. And you didn't put it in a spot where your team could get an offensive advantage, right? Because remember, you need to get to that objective. Both of your ults were behind it. If you put one over here, it's too late now, but imagine you went through the portal and you just put the ult here. It would have been more offensively valuable.
Step it up. Someone scratch my back.
Nowhere yet. Going to overtime. A little help, please.
I feel renewed.
See how you're doing all this like Moon Knight damage? I don't know if you ever played Moon Knight. Look at all this damage you have possibility of. right? A lot of damage. So if you actually focused on the damage and everything I was telling you about, you would do a lot. You would get a lot of kills, and you could out-damage your whole team. I'm not exaggerating. I played with somebody who was ranked the #1 invisible woman. They were on my faction, and when I would watch them play, somehow they would out-damage everyone and get the most kills, most final hits. I don't know how they used to do it. When we watched them, they were just kind of like playing Moon Knight, where you're doing damage and healing at the same time.
That's much better.
Got you covered.
The healing is good. See, that's good offense. Yeah, think about the offense. You know, don't just stand there and rely on your team. You know, and your damage is fine. You're 8,000, but I'm telling you, if you did the thing I was telling you about, you would easily get it up to like 12, 15,000 damage. But yeah, that's it, I think, for now. 30